Hi, welcome guys, and thank you so much for coming on to listen to what we've done and learn about it and hopefully implement it. What we show you is a system that is going to be able to be basically it's going to be at your fingertips, and we just want to make everyone's life easier. We wanted to make sure everybody had the resources that they needed, that they were able to feel confident. I think this is the biggest thing, and so much more. We'll talk about that more in a minute, but I think we just wanted to talk a little bit first about recruiting before we first kicked off, about what holds people back and how we can sort of help you guys recruit more confidently and more make it more. I think one of the things I say to people quite a lot is you need to, if you wanted to obviously grow your business and grow a team and build that massive organization, you need to put as much focus into recruiting as you do selling, just as much, because that's, if you do that, make sure you touch on recruiting every single day, whether it's conversations or posts, then you're just going to see your business grow and grow and grow. Me and Lisa were talking about, you was looking at your last, I didn't actually do it, but you looked at the last few people. Like, God, there was quite a few, weren't there? The last few people you'd recruited.
Yeah, I've got a few. I actually thought it was quite interesting to look at them, and rather than us sit here and go, message all your customers and do this and do that, actually to give you real, like, these are real life people. Some of them might be on this call now, and these are real life people, and these are like the way that I met them, how that relationship evolved and how they turned into a team member. Because one of the biggest things that I've found, I have sponsored people in different ways, and I'm sure Tam the same. Like, I've met people, I've had random signups from my business page, or like boosted posts and stuff like that. Random people have signed up, and I can honestly tell you, sometimes for me, I find the people that I find the most successful and actually the easiest to help work, if you like, are people that I've got a relationship with. I'm not saying that for everybody. Like, I've had some amazing random signups that are like, I didn't know at all from Adam. But having those relationships is so important. So I said I'd run through these because this might give you, it might trigger you, and it might give you some ideas of like, I haven't asked her, what about her? Or just thought process. So one of the girls I sponsored recently was actually when I was delivering an order, and I was delivering to her mum, and she happened to be at her mum's house. She took in the order. We had a conversation. She had bought from me previously, but not for ages. And she messaged me after. Now, I actually messaged her and just said, oh, did mum get her order okay? Like, I haven't heard from mum. I know she was working. And she was like, yeah, and I absolutely love it. And she's like, I'm really thinking about like doing this. Like, do you think it's something I could do? And that literally developed into a conversation where she ended up joining. So that was one particular person. Another lady, it started off as a customer. We built a relationship. Very quickly, she spent a lot of money with me. That triggered me to ask her, do you fancy joining? Like, is that something you've considered? She said, no. Oh, no, definitely not. So she had a party link. I said, look, you're spending a lot of money, have a shopping link. And she was like, okay. That shopping link turned into a flip party, which turned into her signing up and certifying really, really quickly. And that was just from being triggered of somebody that's spending a lot of money. I won't go through each one in so much detail, but one of them that probably sticks with me the most recently was leaving, and when Artie finished what year was he in? Reception. And his primary school teacher, I sent her Sensi as her primary school gift, as you do. And she reached out to me and said, Lisa, I'm thinking about doing this. I don't know if Rhiannon's on, but she said, I'm thinking about signing up as a consultant. I see you're traveling all the time. I see you're never at the school gates. You're always here, there, and everywhere, and going here. So lots of these things have happened. They're very natural conversations. They're people seeing what you're doing, or you've built a relationship with them. You've offered borrow bags. You've given, borrow bags seem to be, actually, when I went down, borrow bag, join, borrow bag, join, borrow bag, join, my cleaner. They're literally, every single person that signed up have been people that I've had relationships with, I've built relationships with, or I've given borrow bags to, or parties that are, I don't want to say a thing in the past for me because I'm still trying to book them like a crazy lady, But for me, borrow bags are that party that is turning into, look at what you can get as a teamie, look at what you can get if you sign up. And that's where that relationship building is turning into. So I think that's really important, just to look at some of those things. Others were networking events that I met people at. And another actually came through YouTube, believe it or not. So if you haven't got a YouTube account, I recommend go and get one, whether it's for product, training your team. You know, I've had, I think 4 people have signed up, and that's come through YouTube, which is a bit crazy.
Yeah, and you know what? That's so easy to do, because you just need to go live on your customer group,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can save the video, and then you don't have to reduplicate content, do you? You can just put this exact same content.
When you've got so many, I think if you get 1,000 followers on YouTube as well, you can go live directly on YouTube. So, I mean, you could have all your devices set up, go live here, there, and everywhere. Yeah, it's easy to do, isn't it?
My kids would be horrified if I went live on YouTube.
The kids know that I've got a YouTube channel. They think it's hilarious. They're like,
Oh,
some of the boys' mums are like, your mum's got a YouTube channel. I'm like, yeah, I'm the cool mum. I'm the cool mum.
how funny.
Not really. But just it's thinking about, like, a lot of people ask me, where do you find your teamies? Where are they coming from? And, you know, most of them, guys, it's from just building relationships with my existing customers. It says buy, host, join for a reason. You know, you want people to come in, buy the product, fall in love with the product, host something, whether it's a party, a borrow bag, you know, a shopping link, and eventually those seeds can be turned into, would you like to join? Having those conversations. You've just got to ask the questions sometimes.
I think that's it. And I think what you've basically just said is, like, you put, like, when I look at all my previous recruits, it's all been from work I've done by putting myself out there. And you're not always doing it intentionally to get a recruit, but when you work in your business effectively, that's where it turns into. It becomes like a natural progression from the customers, building those relationships, serving your customers, you know, chatting to people. I think that's been, for me, it's definitely, and it is also about talking about the opportunity. There's no easy way of saying, there's no formula that you can say, right, go do this, go do this, go do this, and then you'll get recruits. There's got to be work that goes in. There's got to be relationships. There's got to be a decision-making process. There's got to be the ability to obviously talk about the opportunity with people, not overwhelming them. There's a lot of, like, mistakes to be made along the way and learning to happen as well. But it's just about going out there and doing it. And absolutely going out there.
Sarah and I, funnily enough, were having a bit of a conversation earlier about as well, like, you've really got 2 different types of people that you're probably going to sponsor. You've got hobbyists that are going to be, you know, they're either going to work a little bit when it suits them, and then, you know, there are going to be some people that are going to want to, you know, a little bit more than that, a little bit to go all in. I often as well, I'm really honest with people. I used to say to people, you know, it's so easy. I don't say that anymore. I'm telling people it's easy. And I say, look, this isn't easy, but if you work for it, it is rewarding. And I think that has made a real difference.
I totally agree. I have absolutely, like, I think we've all signed up people who've done nothing, and that's not what we want to do. We want to sign up people who want the business. And I have completely changed my mindset towards, like, I want people to join, but because they're going to build a business, because they're going to want it. They're not buying a lottery ticket. They know that it's a business and they're going to work it like a business. I feel exactly the same, changing my mindset and those realistic expectations of what they need to do.
Yeah.
When they start, yes, there's work to do. Yes, it takes time before it pays off, but it's so much fun. There's so much enjoyment that can be got out of it. It's obviously, and then if you decide it's not for you, nobody dies, nothing bad happens. You don't. Yeah, that's it.
I think it's that expectations from the very off, I think is important. We've learned that. I've definitely learned that the hard way, especially felt almost burnt when people sign up and you think, yeah, they're going to be amazing, and you get so excited, and then they don't do anything, and you end up. This is when I think we kick ourselves, because we start thinking, well, clearly the way I onboard people is absolutely rubbish, because I've had 5 people that have signed up and they've done nothing. And actually it's not. It really comes down to the individual. There aren't many people. Like, if you think about, and this is just an example, tonight, you think how many people we've offered the opportunity to come and watch this training. I know some people are working and whatnot. if you think about the amount of people that are offered that opportunity versus the amount of people that will spend the time to watch it, not only live, but to also watch it back, it's just probably a really small percentage. And yeah, it's a small, and it's a similar percentage to what you're going to find in those that you recruit that are going to work, or, you know, just tick along and happy plod along. So
yeah, and it says expectations about what you've got to do. I was talking about one of my ladies who promoted to lead last night. I was drilling it into her. You've got such good expectations. You know that you have to do the work for it to pay off. You know that you've got to show, like, what she's just recently started watching trainings, and that's helped her promote to lead. She knows that you get a buzz when you watch trainings. You feel that connection. You feel excited about your business. But yeah, you're completely right. But the onboarding processes, I think everybody questions themselves. As a sponsor, it's not just recruiting somebody. There is obviously a responsibility to you to then onboard them, and you can overthink, like, have I done this right? Am I doing this wrong? Am I a rubbish sponsor? That's made me lose my confidence. I've stopped trying to recruit because everyone I've recruited hasn't done anything, and it makes people feel like they're doing something wrong when you're really not. There is no perfect way to onboard somebody. Me and Lisa have spoke about this a lot recently. We've heard people talking about systems. We've heard people talking about their onboarding systems, and I've just never really managed to get to grips with what anybody else has got out there. So we've done this, and we're literally going to put it in your phones for you. Well, you don't have to click a button, but we're going to put it in your phones for you. And then every single person is going to get the exact same onboarding process, plus obviously the relationship building in the middle that you can do, but they're going to have the exact same access to the exact same information. It really, and then you know that what you're doing, of course, everybody has different needs. Like we've spoke a lot through doing this. We've chatted a lot about doing stuff, about onboarding people. Some people, it becomes very natural. Some people, they come in, they're easy to build a relationship with. They understand that it's not you doing it for them, it's them doing it for them. And other people are coming on and saying, right, what do I do? Can you tell me what to post? Can you tell me what to do this? Can you tell me what to do that? Everyone's different. It's complete. Each person needs a different level of support. No two are the same.
And different pace, isn't it, as well? That's the thing. You will get some that literally want every bit of information like yesterday, and some that probably won't respond to you for a week. Definitely.
But don't be put off when people are scared. I was so scared of the workstation. I did not even go into the workstation until I put my first order in, which was on my 15th day. And I remember thinking, I'm never gonna look at it. It really scared me. I was like, oh, that looks so complicated. So I didn't even.
I was the opposite, where I went into the workstation, I was clicking into reporting, I'm thinking, what is this? Like, what are these numbers? So it just goes to show how, like, different minds work so differently. And you know,
you can still thrive in the business, definitely.
One of the things as well we talked about before we do sort of start talking about the onboarding system, which I think is really important and just shows with all you guys here, is about that skill set that you're developing. And this is really important, like right now. You know, this is a new skill. Onboarding somebody effectively, it's a new skill for me. It's a new skill for Tam. It's a new skill.
Having the exact same system for everybody.
Yeah. And, you know, system even is a word that Tam and I don't really have many of, but we try. So for us, this is like a big thing. But this is part of being a consultant, and it's part of, if you want to be an effective team, you know, person that sponsors, if you want to be an effective leader, if you want to be, you know, you want to grow in this business, growing your skill set right now is the most important thing. And always growing your skill set. Never stop growing your skill set. I don't think you can ever know everything in this business. Like, I feel like I learn something new every single day. Every day I'm like, oh, click a new button on the workstation, or a new feature that Facebook brings out that I can use for my business, or a new method of onboarding somebody. They're all new skills, and you've got to be continually developing your skills to become an effective recruiter. I don't really like that word. Or an effective sponsorer. That's not the right word either. It's not very good English, but you know, that's standard with me. You've got to be growing your skill set. And this is going to be, I really think this is going to be something that's going to grow your confidence, because you're going to feel so confident about what to do with your teamie that then you're going to want to go out and get all the teamies. That's what we're hoping anyway.
We're just taking the hard work out of it. Like we were thinking about what we hear some people say, oh, I'm not ready to recruit, I've not got time. everyone's got time. You, like obviously Sarah's just said, that it's down to them if they work their business or not. It's not on you. Your level of support, of course, is something that you can tailor to what is suitable for you and realistic for you. Everybody can offer a different level of support, and maybe that's something that you do need to talk to people about, what they can expect from you before you recruit them, like what their expectations could be, so there's not a big shock when they come in. But that information, that is it, ultimately it is all on you. It is all on them whether they succeed or not. It's not you. We've all got exact same access to YouTube, Workstation, Facebook, all the tools out there, the Workstation training, everything is out there, and now everyone's going to have the same access to this. Even the new recruits can download this if they want it. Shall I go ahead and start sharing?
Yeah, let's start sharing it. So,
okay, so you're gonna, sorry, go on.
No, go for it.
No, I was just gonna say, you're gonna need to download the Boards app.
BOARDS, in case you don't understand.
Say it completely different. I say boards. Lisa says boards.
I say boards there. Ashley says it like that as well.
Yeah, she does. Yeah. So I'm going to share my screen. Don't judge my notifications.
I will put in here the app. And you can, if you want to download this while we're doing this, guys, you can download it now. If you've got your phone to hand, download the app.
Can you see my screen?
No, yeah, I can see that you've started screen sharing. We're in.
Can you see my kids? Yeah, and my husband. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And your McDonald's app.
So this is the app. It's called Boards. You can be in several different boards. I'm in Carla Hunter's board just because I was being nosy. Can you see my desktop or just my phone?
No, just you're literally black screen and just your mobile.
Okay, just tell me if it's not. And then I've got my own that's got absolutely nothing in it. It's great intentions though. And then so you can have your own boards. You can create your own boards. If you want to create your own, there's that bit, that blue bit at the bottom there under the CLP labels board that says create board. You can create your own board and put all your own stuff in there. So in here, the new consultants board, this is the one we're going to share with you guys. We have literally loaded it with everything your new teamies need. And we haven't anywhere near got to the easy, amazing bit yet. So what we decided to do was we decided to design it into 10 days of drip feeding information. I know my emails are terrible, aren't they? So we decided to design it. Ignore the emojis. We didn't choose them. It's random. It's randomly selected them emojis. They've got no relevance. We've literally put 10 days worth of more than 10, 15 days. We've took it up to shooting star.
Shooting star.
So we've took it up to shooting star. Yes, sales keyboard, I think that's right. But
yeah,
when you download it, sorry, go on, Lise.
No, I was just going to say it is a keyboard. Basically, Boards is a keyboard.
Board.
You are saving into your phone. So a bit like, I'm ignoring you saying Boards. How many times we can say it? It's a bit like, the emoji keyboard, or I'm trying to think, Bitmoji, I think.
Yeah, Bitmoji.
I've got that as a keyboard.
So basically, I'll show you how in a minute, but basically you're going to download it and it's going to prompt you to set an account up, and it's going to also prompt you to give it access to your keyboard. Make sure you give it full access. You need to give it full access, otherwise it's going to be pointless. You need it to be full access. So in each of these days, we'll go through it quickly first. So day one, we've got some information. So we've got a welcome. We've written this, so you're going to be able to put this in your message thread to your, I'm going to show you the magic in a minute, but this is going to be, you can tweak this. This is what we've written. Me and Lisa have written this. And we have literally written information about just welcoming them, explaining them what network marketing is, telling them what the business model is, asking them what their goals are, and then giving them some information about the compensation. What is that? Yeah, the new consultant awards, and then just a few things to do on their first day. So
Tam, shall I just pop the link for anybody that's downloaded it already now?
Yeah,
so they can look at and go through it as we do it.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
For those of you that are quick and you've downloaded it, if you click on this link here, it will 1 take you to the app, and it will 2 take you to the board. You will find on the board, we will just say you cannot edit the board, You cannot change anything on the board. What else can't you do?
You can edit it when it goes into your keyboard. So you can put it into your keyboard, into your text box. You can edit it then, but you can't edit as. There's only me and Lisa who can edit this one. Okay, so we've written at the beginning that we are going to be drip feeding information each day. We under-narred over this, didn't we? How much information we were giving them, but we decided they've started a business. It's a business, and that's what we're here to do. We're here to train them and give them information. So yes, you may have to tailor this, because we know with Project Broadcast, what they use in America, basically they put in a number and the Project Broadcast does it all for them. They put a template in and they don't even have to touch it again. It'll send them messages on set days. Well, we haven't got access to that, so we decided to find a reason why we didn't like it, because we're not allowed it because of GDPR. So we thought about it and we thought, well, really, the onboarding process, it's actually quite personal. So this way you can personalize it and you can make it work with whatever that your new team needs and wants. So in there, we've also got, at the click of a button, you're going to be able to send them information on how to contact consultant support and what they, how to contact account services and compliance.
That's my favourite one, by the way, just saying, because I try and find that email address at least twice a week.
Yeah, everyone is always asking for that. And then that they will, when you've got that, say they're wanting to know the census story, they've got that. Day 2, shipping. How many people think, oh my God, how am I supposed to explain shipping? I literally drive myself crazy trying to explain it.
Me too.
So we've got a bit of information here. Again, we are just we have written these super friendly because they know that they're going to be pre-written. We've already set that expectation. These are pre-written, so you know that these messages that you're getting from me are going to have been written already. They're not going to be written by me, so the information's come in already. But we're just basically giving them information about how to get started. It's very short and sweet, that one, but it's basically giving them an idea of how to start getting their business out there. Then we have done a list of Sensi lingo. So we've just basically putting as much information there. And then we've got mine and Lisa's, both of us have got our 10-day boot camps in there. Then we've got FAQs, so I'm really happy with these, but these are probably going to need to be added to.
We'll probably tweak them as time goes on.
Yeah, because this is it. We can edit this. We've got the hard copy, and you guys will all get the version that we edit. You'll always have the live copy. So we've got popular questions that we've asked, that we find consultants ask. New consultants ask, and we've got all the answers to them here. So you've got that, you're gonna have that at literally the click of a button. So hopefully.
Do you know what I also love about this, guys? Even for us as consultants, seasoned consultants, new consultants, or whatever, there's questions on here that I'm like, oh my God, I can access that information and remind myself of that information, even down to the shipping chart. This is what triggered it. Tam texted me and said, have you got a shipping chart? And I said, yeah, it's in my group. Let me go and find it. Could I find it for love or money? No. And I was like, do you know what? My actual group is not very user friendly.
No, it's not. Facebook isn't.
Having this information like this, I don't want it to ever take place on my group, because I love my group and I know Tam does. But having important info literally at a thumb drop, and we'll as I say, we'll show you the magic in a minute. The magic hasn't even happened yet. It's incredible.
It is. And then I've linked the shipping FAQs to the workstation, so they've got all that. Then we've got an image. It's not a very pretty one. I'm sure there's a prettier one out there, but that was just in there for now.
That's the image.
That's the image of this of the shipping. So that's obviously quite a common thing to discuss with people when they first start. So day 3, we want them to track their kit. Very, very, very user friendly. Very, very general. And then we've talked about setting up a party, setting up a shopping link. So we've called it a shopping link because Lee always says to me, he can never get his head around what a party is and why you call it a party when you're not going out doing a party.
Yeah.
So
I
we've
have team members say that to me. They go, "Oh, I'm not planning to do a party," and I'm like, "No, it's just called a party link."
yeah, that's it. People get overwhelmed. So we've just got a little image there on how to track your kit. Again, you're going to be able to send them this at the click of a button. And then this was made by Georgie, wasn't it? Was this one made by Georgie? Yeah.
Yeah.
About how to order as well, which these images are wicked.
Yeah, thank you, Georgie.
Yeah, thank you so much.
She was quite happy for us to use them in here. I was like, "Can I steal this?" She had no idea what we were using them for until we showed her. So.
Okay, so day 4, we have got here, we're just talking about doing a launch party. So again, just very general, you're going to be able to tweak it if you want, make it personal to you, or just send it as it is. But we've got some stuff about how doing the launch party, and then obviously we've got some more of Georgie's images, which are fantastic. So literally how to order on every single way that there is. They're absolutely wicked. Workstation.
They're really good. I find that I screenshot this at least every time someone joins. This is information that I screenshot or screen record, or honestly all the time. So
yeah. And then the main thing, I get this all the time, my order's posted, but where is it? Like, I haven't had it yet. And I'm like, no, posted doesn't, why can't they use a different word to posted? Posted doesn't mean it's in the post. But yeah, so we've got that image there. I don't know who made that image. Was it you, Liz?
I think it was Laura Sawkins.
It looks like a Sawkins pic, actually. Yeah, I was going to say it looks like one of yours. Thanks, Socks. Okay, how to get paid and how to sell. So these are two quite different subjects, so we've split them into 2. So we've just discussed how we would get paid. We've explained when payday is, that the workstation is set obviously to Idaho time, and also I have mentioned at the bottom, because it's very common, that if your commission is under £30 it will be held, but don't worry, you will get it, just to set their expectations. And then there's a pay portal phone number there. I don't know who made that, but again, it's very pretty. So thank you.
Kirsty England, possibly.
Oh, thank you so much, Kirsty.
I've literally been stealing everyone's images, as you can tell.
And then we've been like beg stealing and borrowing. Okay, and then this one is how to sell Scentsy. So we want to talk to them about income producing activities. We're going to try and keep, I think the main thing when people start is to not get completely overwhelmed with what everybody else is doing, and let's just keep them focused on how they're going to start their businesses. So we've gone through a few different ways of like income producing activities, what's important to grow their businesses. I've even written not doing the fluffy things in there, so you can spend ages watching others doing fluffy things. I just want to obviously make sure that they're not getting themselves overwhelmed, they're not getting themselves in a mess, they got all this information. I feel a bit emotional by now, I'm so excited about it. And then also explained that they need to have conversations with people, again just trying to set expectations, said that you need to speak to people, you can't just sit and post and hope for the best. You do need, and we've put a few very, very, very basic examples of some conversation starters in there as well. And then we've just linked the Art of Selling Scentsy program. So if they say, well, I'd love to watch some training on how to sell, me and Lisa made that. Again, it's completely up to you if you use it. So that I can spell, but there's only so many letters you can put in the title. So that's why it had to be grew or grow. Okay, so this one is about your kit, how to use your kit. Don't leave your kit in the box, get it out of the box, get it used, start making you some money. We've given them some different ways of like actually using the different things in their kit, what they can do, and how they can obviously use it to grow their business and gain customers. I really like, hopefully what we think is a great way of getting them to started. Then there's a workstation video that I've just put there about unboxing the kit. I'm going to be perfectly honest, I've not actually watched it, so I don't, but it was actually from the workstation. It was in the new consultant section, and I think it's really important to encourage people to unbox their kit and actually sit. Like I remember sitting and unboxing my kit. I remember it really vividly, so to try and really home in on that. Then we've given some useful groups, and we have touched on the fact that it's overwhelming. I think this is the one thing that I think we have both touched on, in like all the posts, all the stuff we've written, we've touched on overwhelm. We find that to be something quite like, yeah, really common. It happened with me. It happens with a lot of people where they suddenly think, I always remember one lady saying to me, I'll never forget this, and this is what I always think in my head when I think about people getting overwhelmed. She went, oh, it was a toss-up between joining Sensi or getting a Christmas tree. I wish I'd just got a Christmas tree now. She was so overwhelmed. She ended up smashing it as well. Like, she might even be watching. She's been a really fab consultant, but I just thought, oh my gosh, that's how people think. They have that, oh my gosh, this is so
overwhelmed. Yeah.
And I want to prepare people for that and say it's okay, it's normal. You will feel overwhelmed. You'll feel like, oh good God, I don't know what the hell I've done. And that'll pass, because when you start any job, you're absolutely terrified and think, I'm never going to learn this. And as with everything, you've just got to get used to it, and like letting them know that in a week you'll feel loads better, in 2 weeks even better than that. So we've just mentioned some of the groups. Day 7. So we've just talked about the different platforms and how to utilize them and how to grow them. Linked, I've TikTok, you can see I've got loads of ideas on TikTok. Just written another great way to grow followers. I don't have much to say about TikTok, but we can add, again, it's not going to be ongoing, we can add to this. But yeah, so we've just basically shared a little bit of information. Day 7 is quite a quick one. Day 8, we've actually, and I don't know who made it. Did you make these, Lise?
I made the one that's let's make samples, that's the wax, and the other one, the felt samples, is actually a Chloe Cox image, I think, off the top of my head.
I bloody love them because so many people want to make samples, and we just wanted to make them similar. Let me know if it's just my phone. Look at the 10 on the Sensi Club FAQs and the duplicate of the Wix. Oh, I don't know. I'll look at that in a minute, just so I'm not going off track. Okay, so this day is a long one, and it is about samples.
It actually wasn't as long as I thought it
wasn't. Yeah,
but we put in 2 trainings in there. Like, one of the trainings was one of our ones from the Art Selling Sensi, and that's quite a long one because we talked about how to make different samples and like different things. We did want to add, I don't think we've added a samples like links, all the different links, but we said we'll come to that. We said we'll work that out, and again, we're going to be adding to this all the time. You're going to see
it will be ongoing. And then Lisa's made that one.
Very simple image.
Oh, I can't. Oh yeah, I can zoom in. Yeah, look, there's a nice pink nails. And just shown like little baggies and everything. Yeah. Did you just say we're going to add links of bags and stuff? Have you just said that?
Yeah.
And I didn't absorb it. Yeah. So that is something that we are going to do as well. And then just talked about felt samples, because I think they get some felt samples in their kits, don't they?
Yeah, and they get a few felt samples. Normally they get felt samples, I think, in the full kit. And I think you get like the little Ziploc Sensi bags.
Yeah,
so there's lots of things to sort of get started with. Do you still get molds in the original, in the big kit? I think you do.
I think you do, yeah.
I mean, sure. Like, if people want to melt wax, I'm not very good at melting wax.
No way, Jose.
I've done it, but I'm just a bit messy.
Not for me. So this one, we're really encouraging them to have a look at their catalogue and understand what they're selling, because I think a lot of people are really unsure what they're selling, me included. I remember sharing something from America, and I was like, I didn't know that it wasn't available. I remember sharing like an American one and be like, oh my God, look at this, everyone. And everyone was like, oh wow. And I was like, oh, I can't get it, I'm so sorry. So I'm just trying to get them familiar with their catalogues, the bundles and saves, because we obviously want them to upsell. Literally, Lisa's written a example there of how to upsell, made it so simple. I always think 36 quid's like the price of a big jar candle, so get 6 bars, got 6 different fragrances, or 6 of your favorite if that's what you like. And I always remember Chuck saying that you can't compare the price of a warmer to a candle, because your warmer is like your toaster. Like you don't compare the price of a toaster to bread, do you? Like your warmer's like your toaster. I was like, oh my God, that's genius.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah, it is. And then obviously your wax is your bread. Okay, so then obviously just a little bit more information, and then we've again like put in the Art Selling Sensi in there. And then we've put some really quick, easy information. So when the catalogues change over, we will change these to make sure you always have the up-to-date one. But we've literally given them a screenshot of all the fragrances, because I think that's a really handy thing to refer to. And then the bundles and saves, because we think it's really important to be familiar with your bundles and saves, and how to save your customers money. So we've done that. Then day 10, obviously, like all the different programs that we have in Scentsy can be a little bit overwhelming. So I've just tried to really break it down here. That they've got Whiff Box, Scentsy Club, and Explain Scent and Warmer of the Month. Again, I've used the abbreviations and laughed at myself for it. And then, given them some information there. I've linked the Scentsy.com link, the hidden link, where that you can see that everybody, if you haven't got that link saved to your homepage, please save it to your homepage, because it's hidden and you can never find it unless you have the link. So please make sure you save that. But when you've got this in your phones, you're going to have it there anyway. And then I've put the product training guide in, the product training information for that as well. And then I've linked all the FAQs, because honestly, guys, the answer to near enough everything you need is in the FAQs. I am always like, well, I love the FAQ. So you've got the links to the Scent of the Warmer of the Month FAQ, Scentsy Club FAQ, and Whiff Box.
They're all different, by the way. I did just check them. And also, guys, I'll tell you what else I do. I was speaking to Sam about this week, with the FAQs, they literally are your content for social media. So when you're trying to post something and you're like, oh, I don't know what to write about the Whiff Box, for example, go to the FAQ, take a chunk of the FAQ, copy and paste it, and then put your pretty all around it. And it literally, I think it's been a game changer for me, because like talking about biodegradable cleaning products.
I didn't know that. And I had no idea until you told me. I went and searched biodegradable in the workstation and found all the information about it's brilliant. So the FAQs are literally a game changer for everything, for absolutely everything. Okay, 11, do I recruit a teamie? So we've just basically gone over how, like, it may seem scary, but it's great to have a friend doing it with you, learn together. The best way to learn, in my opinion, I learned by recruiting. I recruited a couple of days in, and then I think I was 2 weeks in, I recruited my second teamie. And I found that I learned so much by recruiting, and it was really fun. They knew that I'd just joined, so they knew what their expectations on me could be. They knew that I'd do my best for them, but they knew that obviously I was as new as they was. So we've just basically touched on that as well, because when it's new and everyone's getting the kit, you are literally, when you've got the kit, you're literally advertising joining, because you're advertising the kit. It's the best time to talk about joining. So we've just put a bit of information about there, and then just a couple of things off the workstation, the new sponsor checklist, and how to help different team members. So we've pulled quite a bit of information off the workstation. So there's so much on there. And then we've just gone into, we've explained the two catalogs, just to let them know what season. We have 2 catalogs that change over, and then explained LTOs, about the LTO offerings, tried to list them all. I couldn't think of any more. And then we've also talked about our partnerships with Disney and Warner Brothers. Again, we know this is a lot of information to take in. No one's literally holding their head to their phone, making them read it there and then. They can read it when they get into bed. And
time reading.
Yeah, like they can just read it and digest it at their own pace. And you can say to them, is that, are you ready for today's message? You can have that, and that can really build your relationship. You can really tailor it to them, and it can really help you sort of open the doorway. And then I just think there's going to be such a consistent recruiting within our groups. Everyone's going to get the same opportunity, the same information delivered. There's just going to be such a, hopefully it's going to be a really positive impact. And then I've just explained the partnerships as well, just to give people a little bit. And I've mentioned about compliance, just a couple of things on there. I've talked about compliance a little bit more on another day. Day 13, follow up. Sorry, Lisa's written some.
One everyone hates.
Lisa's, I think if I'd have started a follow-up system from the beginning, like I think, if I'd have trained everybody to have a follow-up system from the beginning, I think it would have been so much better for them. And I would have had, I've only recently this year, I think me and you, Lisa, have both recently, only this year, really drilled home about following up. And it's been such a game changer for my business. So now I just want to make sure I am going on and on and on and on about follow up.
Yeah.
So we've
I was
given
saying
them.
to Tam as well, guys, earlier on, I've started using boards. I've created a board for follow up. So now, when like for the ease of being able to, you know, thank PWS orders or thank, you know, my customers or send my payment details, I've now got a board that's set up for that. It's a game changer. It doesn't make the feeling of having to message someone feel awkward, because it's like, oh, done, forgotten about it.
Yeah.
And then I just move on.
See, I've just last week I bought some products off of a consultant of another company, and I've had my order delivered. I couldn't even tell you a name. She's not followed up with me. I mean, it was 2 weeks ago that I ordered. I had my order last week. I've not heard a word from her. No, I told her I didn't know how to use one of the products. She said she'd send me a link of a video. She never has. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm not going to buy anything else from you, because I feel like you don't care. Like, and I know I have obviously got, like, I know how good service should be from a network marketing company. I am so passionate about it, and I know it should be better than that. So I do have high expectations. But she was amazing before she got my money. She was amazing at replying to my messages before she got my money. As soon as she got my money, that was it. I didn't hear another thing. So I'm like, this is what matters. The aftercare matters. You go where the aftercare is good. That's where you go. You go,
and that keeps people coming back, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
It really does. So yeah, I actually just said I miss Amy, but you can use boards exactly the same as Amy. All right, it hasn't got all your customer details, but your workstation's got all of that information. It's just, yeah.
Sorting by order date. Obviously, it's not. Yeah, you can sort date by last order, can't you?
Last order.
Yeah. So we've like made it super personal, and said about like with our experience with other companies, etc. So yeah, Lisa's given some really good ideas of different points to follow up, just so they can set their own system. I know more than anything, we can't give anybody a follow. You have got to find a follow-up system that works for you, that you are going to stick to, because I've tried doing other people's and I have not stuck to them. It wasn't until I literally thought, what do I do? What will I work with? And that's what I've made it work with. And then we've done some follow-up training video from Melissa Gratz, reasons to follow up documents. So there's so much information there that you can give to them about the start, and it's going to be at your fingertips. Day 14, networking and consistency. So we've just talked about things that we try to do every single day to keep your business consistent. Super easy things that they could fit into half an hour if they wanted to help them like continue to grow their business. And they can make it a checklist, whatever you want. And then we, so when me and Lisa did the Art of Selling Scentsy, Lisa literally wrote 5,000 ways of growing your business.
I'm not even sure where they all come from. I was just like on a roll.
But there we go. So if you can say, can you give me some ideas? Yeah, how about 65,000? Well, 70, but anyway, there you go for it. There's all those ideas there at your fingertips. So that's day 14. Sorry, my voice keeps going. Day 15, we've just basically said this is a final text. I'm not going anywhere, blah, blah, blah. And obviously acknowledging that they've had a lot of information to digest. It's going to be there to refer to. But also they can get access to this board as well. So they can see the board as, and they can find it in their keyboard or the app as whatever as well. But then we've talked about sensational start. We've not gone into massive details about that, but we've just encouraged them to go for it. But then what we've done is we've added some other stuff on. So additional info for new consultants. So we've just listed, again, this is going to be ever growing. But this is just things that we've heard, that like common barriers that people come across, and tried to give some advice on how to overcome them. And just the main things that we've heard of. Again, like, you know, feedback to us if it's something you hear a lot, or you think that you've got something that can go in there for common barriers for new consultants, and we can pop that in. So that information is going to be there too. Again, the additional info that will get added to over time. We've just done as much as we can in the last week. Mock party, Lisa's done.
Haven't got that very far with this, but we started it.
Yeah, that's going to be, we just thought, how easy would a mock party be in the board for them? That's obviously not started anything yet. Compliance. So I have literally really tried to home in here that compliance is not there to catch you out, but it is really important to keep our business safe. I'm such an advocate for compliance, and I know some people feel attacked or like outed or everything else. So I've tried to really home in on how they are amazing people. They're here to keep our business safe. They're here to keep us regulated by the DSA. And it is a big deal. And you do appreciate the fact that they keep the company safe. And then just a few things. I put the compliance document at the bottom, but I've just put the few things that I know that Scentsy are really, really hot on, that they need to get in their heads not to do. And then product training. I am actually, like Lisa talking about the content creation, that inspired this. That is going to get built on quite a lot, but with all the different products, a little bit of training about each product. So if someone will say like, oh, could you tell me a bit about, like, particularly if you've got someone join, we've all had them who've never even tried Scentsy, and they're like, what the heck's a fan product? And you can explain, you can literally send them something from here. It's going to be at your fingertips. So I hope that makes sense. But now I'm going to show you, if you haven't looked at it already, it's just going to let you all look at how many emails I've got.
That's a lot. Mind blown.
48 messages. Oh my god, my life's a mess. But I'm just going to show you how super easy it is to send. Okay, so this is Lisa. So you see the world at the bottom left of my screen. I'm going to press that. You're going to see my Bitmojis.
You only get that once you're in the type box, guys. You've got to be in the comment box as if you were going to type a message.
And then you just got to keep pressing. Oh my god, why have I not got boards?
You have.
Oh, there it is. So you're going to keep pressing it. And then I'm going to go to the new consultant board. I'm going to click day one. And I'm going to click, hey, welcome to Scentsy. And there we go. It's gone. You could tweak that. So again, I could have, like, if I wanted to say,
I just got that message from
hey, and welcome to Scentsy. Lisa.
Change the name.
Just to make it a little bit more personal. Then she's going to say to me, oh wow, this sounds amazing, send me some more information about the Scentsy story. So I'm literally going to press
in American
the Scentsy story, yeah, because you're always talking in American, and I'm going to send her that. And
it
then
literally is a press of a button, guys.
It is so easy. And then if she says, oh, I need to contact, how do I contact consultant support, I could just say that's the information. And then obviously, like, you've got all this information at the press of a button. So that's how you send. So images, you hit them, and then you literally touch them, and you copy and paste it. Lisa, sorry, your inbox is going to be round. Sorry. And then there we go. And then she's going to say, okay, ask, maybe I could say, like, are you ready
tell me about the shipping?
Yeah, like, you tell me about the shipping. So then obviously I can send her the information about the shipping. It's all going to be there, everything. So the idea is, obviously we've split it up into days for what we thought was a bite-sized chunk for each day, but you don't have to follow that. You can make this work for whatever you need it to be. Like, if you build a relationship with someone and they're just like, tell me everything right now.
My new TV was like that.
Yeah, that's it. You get those people who are hungry, they've gone, they've read it, they're like, okay, so PRV, and then it's like you're like, oh my god, I was like literally like, PR what, for about 3 months.
And do you know what? Oh, go on, sorry, Jan.
No, I don't know what's going to take on.
The beauty of this as well, guys, you can use this on Messenger, you can use it on text, you can use it on WhatsApp, and you can even download it. I've been using it on my desktop as well, so for sending follow-up emails, or, you know, I use WhatsApp on my desktop quite a lot when I'm sitting there working. You can use it on anything.
Emails, yeah, you can put it on your emails, yeah. Put it on your phone, your keyboard. So once you've added it to your keyboard, it's all there. So then you can say that, obviously, like, it's just going to be so easy. Like, you just literally, you can see it. So I've gone in again to switch. If you have multiple boards, you can just switch through those emojis. The apple is Carla's group. That one's my amazing board with loads of stuff in it. That's a new puzzle one, and then that's a CLP one. So you can literally just add all these boards, have them for whatever you want. If you want to take ours and make your own, we won't be offended. Like we would love you to go make your own. It would be easy. Love that. But yeah, we would love you guys to make your own. If you find that ours isn't quite working for you, please feel free to take it and tweak it to you. If you've got any feedback and you can think of anything we could do better, anything more, we are going to slowly, like I did a lot when we drove down to Essex. I sat and did a load. I had the worst headache. I did blame Ashley's love and happiness wax, but actually I think it was the fact I'd sat in the car doing this for the whole way for 3.5 hours, and then I did it on the way back. So when we've got
did more than me, I'm just going to say, I started off really, really well, and then she just added all the, I said I was like the skeleton, and then she added the meat and potatoes, basically.
Well, we sat and we planned what we're going to put in every single day together, didn't we? I've deleted a lot of Lisa's typos. She's fuming with me about.
I wanted the typos to stay, you know.
Keeping it real. But yeah, so it was it is going to be ongoing. We are going to try and keep it updated. We're going to probably think of new things as we recruit people and we see like patterns of like, oh my gosh, we think this people could use this. Look how many WhatsApps I've got 90.
I've got loads.
We see how many different things that people could need, that we can keep tweaking them and we can keep using, like keep adding to it. That CLP one, it's just somebody else has set it up and I just cheekily added myself to it. So I better not share that one. But
someone just said again about the keyboard. So adding the keyboard, guys, when you download the app, you've got to go into the settings on your keyboard on your phone and enable the app. If you don't, there's like a little slider that you have to press. If you don't do that, you won't be able to get the app, the actual board on your keyboards, because it's like you've got to allow the app to give you a keyboard, if that makes sense. I don't think I've explained that very well.
You've got it same as Bitmoji. It's super easy though. As soon as you download the app, it prompts you to do it. Like it could not be easier. Like we couldn't make that any easier for you. The boards app literally tells you exactly what to do. So hopefully there's going to be, we will try to troubleshoot as many things that were going to cause people issues. That was probably the main thing. Hopefully adding it to the keyboard, I don't think it could be any easier. I went and did it on my iPad just to make sure how easy it was, and it literally, and I spoke to like I think quite a few, like Ashley and a few of the other directors. I asked them, how was it easy to add to your keyboard, and said yeah, it literally prompts you to do it. You just enable it and you're in. So hopefully
tech savvy for it. It is easy. Do you know what as well, guys, the actual app is pretty fantastic. Why it's free, use it and use it for your business. There will be other things, you're probably going to come up with some really creative things that you can do with the app as well as what we've created. So yeah, use it and get your teams using it as well. The more of your team that can use it, it's all about, like, think of it this way. So if this is what we're doing, we share it with our frontline and then they share it with their frontline and so forth. Eventually we get hopefully consistency and everybody doing something that's very similar. It means everyone gets a good onboarding process. That's the aim of this. Yeah,
the aim is everybody gets, again, if people would rather just download the app and have the information, like you can give them the option. The program's written out for you. Do you want the board just so you can have all the app? They might be super hungry and might find it more user friendly for them. They just download the app, you give them the link to the to download this particular board, the new consultant board, and that's it. That's the information. It's labeled with, they can see the top. If I go back to the boards app, they can see like what they're looking for there, and then they can just click on it and find information. So that might be an option as well. Ideally, we want, the goal behind this was building a relationship, because I personally believe I find that building a relationship with a new consultant is definitely something that helps them grow and makes them want to stay, makes them want to be part of it. I think the community is one of the main reasons people stay with Sensi. So hopefully this is going to just be like information drip between you chatting and getting to know each other and finding out about each other. And obviously not everybody's going to want that. I'm not saying they are, but just that. But all the hard work's been done for you. You don't have to spend ages finding information. And I found that I was writing the same things over and over and over again in a different way, depending what mood I was in. well, now at least I know I wrote this when I was in a really good mood and I was feeling really motivated. So I think Lisa was as well. We literally sat on a whole day on Zoom starting it, didn't we?
We did, but it worked. It's you know, it's our baby. It's a lot of love, a labor of love has gone into this. So we'd like, you know, the more people use it, the better. We don't actually know how many people the board allows us to have on here, do we?
We say that again.
We haven't quite worked out how many people the board will allow us to have
on. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that's worrying us, is we don't know if there's going to be a limit on number. But we've both Googled it, and as far as we're concerned, like as far as what we can see, there is no limit on how many people can be in it. So we're just I am going to try and keep it tidy though, like as much as I am. I was already looking earlier if there was anyone, just because we've opened it up to leaders and asked leaders to give us a bit of feedback and see if they think it's going to be something that will be useful. I'm just going to try and make sure I keep it a little bit tidy with the members, just in case we ever do get to the point where there is a limit on, or they're going to make us start paying. At the moment it's free, but they may start making us pay for so many members, so that's when we'd have to be a little bit more careful about what we were doing. But yeah, like I said, at the end of the day, you could take this information if you wanted to make your own. Feel free. Yeah, I think it is worth it, to be fair, Sarah. I totally agree with you. Like you say with the follow-up one, having it follow up, it's not that different to Amy. It's just obviously with Amy, it notifies you and it reminds you to go message people. You've just not got that, but there's other ways of doing that. You've got a calendar, everything else that you need on your phone to do that. I use my notes section. Lee uses a diary. So
everyone does it differently, don't they? And I think for me as well, it's just having those messages, you know, there, or that information, and that information is so much easier. I spend hours looking for things, scrolling or going back on emails, and this just takes all of that stress out of it for so many things. And I love the idea as well of sending someone who's like really excited to get going, you know, allowing them to have the app. But like Tam said, it's 15 opportunities for you to touch base with your brand new teamie, like 15 opportunities. You know, if at the end of it you can say, yeah, we touched base 15 times, incredible. You should know somebody really well after 15 messages, I would hope.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's giving you a reason to touch base with them every day, and you're telling them at the beginning, I'm going to be sending you these messages, and then you've got the opportunity to keep in contact with them every single day. I think that's the main thing. I think we also worry about what's too much information, what's not enough. We talked about this a lot. And we talked about like people who are super overwhelmed to people who are super hungry, and we've tried to meet in the middle with what information we're delivering. You're never going to get it absolutely on the money for everybody, are you? But we know that this can be tweaked.
Do you know what's great about it is, because they don't send straight away, as soon as that's in your message board, if you like, your message text box, you can then take out anything that's not relevant, or you can add to it, all of that jazz. You know, if you've got somebody that wants even more information, you can add to it. And if not, you can, you know, take bits out. You know, I've already done that and tweaked little bits for different days because someone's asked me a question. So it works in that sense as well.
Yeah, that's it. Like if somebody says to you, okay, can you tell me about Scent of the Month or whatnot, you can be like, hell yeah, I'm just gonna skip to day whatever it is, I don't even know, say day 10, and there you go, bish bash bosh, there's the information. It's gonna be so it's so easy. I just can't, like I said, I can't get over. I'm just gonna send Lisa some more messages. I'm just gonna send her some like information. Oh no, that's wrong board. Information about, she's just asked about Scent of the Month, so there she goes. Boom.
Love it. I love it. Has anyone got any questions? You're welcome to like unmute yourselves.
Shall I stop the screen share now?
You can do, yeah. Or have we like just blown everyone's minds? Because I know that we felt like our own minds were blown.
Yeah, we were like, why have we not thought about this sooner?
Oh, just one. I missed where do you get the boards from? On the phone?
The App Store.
I missed the right at the beginning bit. That's amazing. Well done. Perfect. because I've got a super hungry person and she needs information all the time. So well done. Thank you.
Oh, fab. Yeah, just download the boards app then, and then create yourself an account, add it to your keyboard, use the link. I'll share the link. Our Team Diamond. I'll share
Thank you.
and I'll pin it. Because this was another thing we thought, team groups, information is so messy.
Yes.
You've got
coming from all different places.
Yeah, you've got albums, guides, pinned posts. And I'm like, and you've got to scroll down to find things. So the search bars are a bit hit and miss. So this was just really condensed. Oh,
yeah.
Louder.
Yeah. I'm in and out of light. I'm in the lounge.
Oh, I was going to say, you've got a bit of smoke, like stars in the eyes.
No, but that's really good. Thank you. I just missed the beginning bit. I was like, where do I go for that? If I'd had that 6 months ago, heaven. But I didn't.
I know, same. I feel exactly the same. It would have been so much
a lot much easier. But the best thing I gave Rachel, you know, the pieces of paper that you put in the samples. I put them in this. I directed her to them. She was like, "Oh wow!" Because I never got that. So I was writing it down. I was writing it out when I first started.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know. But now I can just print them off. Like,
I'm just going to start the recording. I've got your disk space is almost full.